How are you today? That's a question that we're asked like 10 times a day, and most of us answer fine. Fine, 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 fine. Yeah, fine, good, yeah, fine. Great, look at the smile on my face. You can tell I'm fine. Or busy, busy. Oh, just so busy. Yeah, just so much to do. I'm running around like a blue ass fly. I'm stressed. I can't cope. Where are you on your stress scale? That's something that one of the main powerful techniques that I teach every single woman. It's one of the first things I teach. When I have a woman coming to work with me, I have to know that she knows when she's stressed. Today is all about stress, to do with the body code challenge that we're doing this week, to help you get familiar with the 5 elements that I talk about. There's the 6, but I'm going to talk to you today about this week about the 5 elements. So when somebody says to you, how are you? Do you think they really want to know? Does that stress you out? Are you able to kind of give them a decent response and kind of say, well, I'm about a 7 at the moment. I even woke up at a 7. Some people are very predisposed to stress. And it's not that we're having a car crash every day, but there are certain things, and I can feel it in my belly, there's certain things that just make us feel stressed. And for other people, those things don't stress them out at all. When you're running on stress, when you're needing that kind of stimulation, you're either could be a drama queen, or just things are just not going right for you, everything goes wrong. We have to learn how to be way more resilient. Now, certain things in your life will be different to the certain things in my life that make me feel stressed. Now, I've had to mentally and use my mindset and use my ability to use this technique to seriously reduce my stress levels, because they were through the roof, and they didn't need to be through the roof. I was predisposed to that. I'd been taught to be in that stress level. I was also carrying a lot of stuff around with me that I could have let go years ago. Being a single mum, living in a foreign country, not speaking the language, running a business in a foreign country, changing house practically every 4 years. There's a lot of things I could keep going on about. My parents got divorced. I've been, divorced 3 times. There's a lot of things you could choose to be stressed about, or you could choose to be, hi Marie, or you could choose to be very relaxed about. If you are predisposed to stress, those things are just going to be even more heightened for you. Now, you can live in the car crash, I'm so stressed, when somebody says, how are you? Or you can say, I choose not to live at that level of stress, because I know that has a huge bearing on the amount of weight that I carry on myself, the weight that you carry on your shoulders. You're literally carrying that around with you. And these are some of the things that you could have let go of years ago. A lot of my clients are in a long-term kind of stress. They're predisposed to a long-term kind of stress. So they're worried about elderly parents. They're worried about their children's health or education or those kind of things. They're worried about their own health. They're worried about their work. Those kind of things are always on their mind. They're always we don't do that. We chop and we change and we try things out. We become entrepreneurs. It works, it doesn't work. We have to work out what is going to work for us next, how to be better at what we do. Or, if you're in a high-powered job, then you want to be able to keep that job. This is long-term stress. You're always worried about your career, what's coming next, what's going on. I can feel it in my belly. It happens in and around the solar plexus, which is the bit under the boobs, and in the middle, and it's your solar plexus. And basically it's got a tightness about it. And I help people sort of tune into their body so that they can actually find out what level of stress they're under. Other long-term stress, memories. memories of abuse from being a child. It could be like parents hitting you, it could be sexual abuse, it could be being an orphan, all sorts of different things. And my clients have a lot of this going on. They have these things in their memory. Oh, I was so hard done by, I had such an emotional upbringing. Okay, fine. I totally, that's really, really not nice for you. But would you like to get rid of that? Would you like to stop talking about that and having that affect you every single time you had that memory again? Some people are really lucky to have had the most beautiful childhoods and all the rest of the most beautiful relationships. They don't have anything going on, so it seems. But everybody has their level of stress. So you choose to have stress or you don't. It is a choice. When people come and do a retreat with me, we go under a bridge. We walk under this bridge in Biarritz, and as we come up to this, we're talking about all the stuff that's been going on during the week, in the retreat week. We're not only resetting your hormones, we're resetting your digestion, we're resetting your thoughts. And I'm listening to what you're saying, pretty much all the time. And when you walk under this bridge, you have a choice. It's like being born again. It's like, okay, I'm an adult now. I choose not to carry that with me anymore. I choose to come out the other side and never talk about that story again, because that story is just bringing me down. It's bringing me into low vibration. It's bringing me into stress. I don't want to have to keep dealing with that on a daily basis, because the more I think about it, the more it's going to just get worse, or it's just hanging around. I had a lady this morning on a client from a course. She's a client for 3 years, and every couple of months she rings me if something's going on or something's cracking her up. Her mother was terminally ill for a very long time, long-term stress. There was a dispute between her and her sister, long-term stress. Now her mother has just died. Loss is a massive influencer on our stress levels. The relationship with her sister got better because we worked on the energy between her and her sister. But now she's feeling like the rug's been pulled out from her. Well done, Marie. I choose not to carry stress too. Once you know where the stress is coming from, that's the most amazing bit. So she lost her mother, massive amounts of stress, feeling the rug's been pulled out for her. Even though her relationship with her mother was kind of turbulent, it was just like, but she was always there. She was always like the sounding board. She was always there to sort of give advice or tell you you'd done something wrong. But she was just this solid place in your life. And now, even though this lady is like super sorted out financially, she's had a great career, she can travel around the world whenever she wants, she's lost. That's a different kind of stress. So what we were talking about this morning was just, what do you want instead? Where do you want to be? How do you want to feel? Where do you want to feel that in your body? It's an internal journey to find. The saying I have is, wherever you lay your hat is your home. If you can find your home wherever you are, inside you, find that resilience so that you are just really appreciating every single thing that you've damn well got going on for you and everything that you've built up around you, that is a strength. That is so strong. It also helps you create boundaries. It also stops you taking on everybody else's shit. It also stops you sort of jumping from one thing to another thing, to being a scatterbrain. Your adrenals are absolutely exhausted with the amount of stress that you're carrying around. The society we live in honours the stress that you're in. It says being a busy woman, being capable, being a good mum, being a good wife, being a good partner, being a good daughter, mother, sister, friend, those are the things that the society says you are a good woman if you do all those kind of things. It's certainly not that if you're a selfish woman, if you're kind of like, God, you know what? I just want to kick back on my own and relax today. I just want to read a book. I know exactly what I want to do and I'm going to do it, and nobody's going to interfere with my quality time for myself. When you do that, you are supporting your body, and your body kind of goes, oh, you've got a strength. I don't need to protect you anymore. I don't need to be running around creating cortisol and all these hormones that run around the body that I talked about on Monday. I don't need to do that. You're sleeping well, you're eating well, you're taking care of yourself and releasing all the accumulated stress that you've got in your body. Sometimes that can take a little while for all that to release. Imagine you're in your 40s or 50s, you've got decades of accumulated stress if that's been your predisposed body code. If that's your body code, I really want you to know how important it is for you to know where your stress level is at any one time. If your adrenals are fatigued, you hear about people having adrenal fatigue, it's because they're going all the time and you've never given them any let up. What's the last thing you do before you go to bed? You make sure the house is tidy, the boys' school bags are ready, the dishwasher is set, the laundry is sorted out. You know, you're putting yourself last. It's like, God, I'm absolutely exhausted. I should be in bed already. But you think, I'm a good woman. I'll do all these things. I used to laugh at my mum. She was a cushion plumper. The house always had to be just so, just in case anybody popped in. So it was always immaculate. And I like a tidy house as well. You would need to see it right now, by the way, because I'm moving. So I've got boxes and paperwork all over the place. But again, another level of stress. You either choose to be stressed out by that, or you just kind of go with it. Everything will happen in a good time. Your predisposed level of stress says a lot about you. Now, I'm going to just read out some of the symptoms. And if you are able to say yes to any of these symptoms, you need to seriously think about how you can lower your cortisol levels, which are setting your adrenals to fire off all the adrenaline in your body. These hormones are reacting to the amount of stress that you are either constantly under or dramatically reacting to. Oh my God! It's not necessary. A lot of the women that I deal with who've had abuse and things like that, or grown up in, for example, South Africa, where you're always on guard, they have this red alert, this vigilance going on with them the whole time. They don't even know it. Most people don't know the amount of stress that they're under. So if I say, this is always how I do my stress scale. So if your stress up here is like emergency, danger, 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 car crash, and down here is like, whoa, super relaxed. You need to know where you are on that scale. Now, when I ask people, so where are you on your stress scale today? They'll give me an answer from their head to start with, and then I'll teach them how to get into their body and get a real result. Then I'll say, well, okay, but seeing as I feel a lot of different people's stress, I have to tell you that you're more of a 7 than a 4. You think you're a 4 because you're so used to being at that level of stress, but you've still got an awful lot of adrenaline and all those other hormones caused by stress running around your body. When you know what stress level you're at and you're able to walk around and know what stress level you're at, it's your choice to change that in a moment. I have very, very powerful techniques to turn that round, to reverse the hormones that are being released so that you stop releasing them. When the hormones are being released, the adrenals are flooding your body with adrenaline, like, oh my God, gotta go, which is, raising your sugar levels through the roof because your liver's pushing out all the glucose that it's stored. Your insulin gets triggered because you're like, oh my God, too much sugar in the body. Insulin comes down. When you're going through that the whole time because you've got deadlines and everything going on, after a while, the cells don't react to the insulin. So they're just high pumped on sugar a lot of the time. That's why we can't sleep and we get a lot of the symptoms that I'm just about to go through in a minute. You need to be able to sort of turn off those sympathetic nervous system. You need to know how your nervous system works, and this is the body code. At any moment you can reverse that for yourself. So listen to me, see whether you've got any of these symptoms of adrenal fatigue. Difficulty getting up in the morning. Well, that would happen if you don't sleep very well. High levels of fatigue during the day, particularly fatigued after you've eaten. Inability to handle stress, like you're just, you're a live wire. I know for a while I've been like this. When my boys came home from school, they didn't do their homework, they didn't do this. I was like, after a busy day, I was exhausted. Craving for salty foods, that was definitely my thing. Crisps, but basically it's sugar and salt. So basically your body's craving it because it needs to put the minerals and things back. But it's one of the foods that really triggers off your insulin because it's a sugar, because it's a potato. If you overuse stimulants like caffeine because you need that to get up in the moment, if you have a weak immune system, okay, so anxiety, asthma, allergies, dark circles under the eyes, dizziness when you stand up, depression, dry skin, extreme tiredness after exercise, frequent urination, oh my God, peeing all night long. It's normally in the evening and then at night time, getting up. You're not getting a good quality sleep. Listen to what I said about sleep yesterday. You'll understand how those cycles are. You need to be in the delta range so that you're getting full restorative regeneration of your cells and you're actually able to kill off like all the bad cells. You need really, really, I love crisps. Don't have them anymore though. I don't have the craving so much. Okay, so what else have we got? Joint pain. Could be knees, hips, back, that kind of thing. Lines on your fingertips, on your nails, loss of muscle tone, flabby backside, definitely flabby belly, low blood pressure, so feeling faint, low blood sugar, low sex drive. Oh my God, how miserable is that? Numbness in your fingers, poor circulation, getting cramps. So weight gain. Weight gain is the main one that I talk to people about because that's your body just saying, enough already, I don't know what to do with all the sugar that's running out my body. You haven't used it up. You're still getting the liver to pump out more sugar every day. We've got to store it, and we store it in your fat cells. Your body is doing you a huge favor by making you fat. Can you believe it? So particularly belly fat. Cortisol is very well known for putting down belly fat. Bloated belly, when it's like out. Basically because of the sugars and things going around in your body. Even if you don't eat sugar, it'll be pumping sugar in and your body, get my words straight, your belly will be bloated or your body will be bloated. Wind, oh my God, wind, embarrassing wind. Every time you walk up some steps, you get wind. Digestion problems, flabby and sagging belly. Oh my God, you don't want any of these. Dry mouth. If you are thirsty all the time, start listening to your thirst. Thirsty? Go and drink something and, don't make it a coffee or a tea or something, but just drink heaps and heaps of water. Again, frequent urination, blurred vision. Now, a lot of these symptoms are very similar to being diabetic because basically it's running off insulin, so there's sugar running around your body. There's a lot of information here. There's a lot to be done about reversing your ability to cope with stress. When I do the 222 program, which starts on the 21st of May, this is going to be the most amazing program, and I call it 2 stone in 2 months because you are able to lose the 2 stone. We're going to look at your nutrition. We're going to look at your stress levels. We're going to look at your quality of sleep. We're going to look at your exercise. Did I say nutrition? And hormones and exercise. If I didn't say nutrition before, then it is. There's the 5 things. But more than that, we also start to touch on how you can actually manifest the body, how you can energetically change the way you think. But that's like an extra. That's a really valuable step. But today this week I'm talking about the 5 elements that help you to lose 2 stone in 2 months. You'll stop the belly bloating, you'll lose weight, you'll find out the nutrition that really works for you and what kind of exercise really helps. How are we going to reverse the hormones that are flooding around your body that are making you store fat? All right, this is Fiona Robertson. I am the body renewer to the stars. Can't tell you who they are because they're anonymous. Because you really need to know how your body works, what's going on for you. Nobody else can tell you what to eat and what to do. This is your body, this is your temple, and you deserve to give her the tender, loving care that she needs and get to know what you need more than anybody else can tell you. No doctor can tell you, no nurse, no nutritionist. You need to understand yourself, and I'm going to give you the basics and the 222 program to do that. I'm going to put a link in the chat. So if you're watching this on replay, ask your questions, let me know where you're up to. What's your level of stress? Can you tell me what your level of stress is today? And if any of these long-term stressors have triggered you that you're like, yeah, I'm still carrying that around, I'm still repeating that story. Let me help you get rid of that, because you do not want to carry that through into your next phase of your life. The next phase of your life is going to be amazing, beautiful. You're going to have the body you want. You're going to have the confidence you like. You're going to have the sex drive you like. You're going to live an orgasmic life. That's what I want for you, no less, no matter what. That's what I want for you. All right, loving you and leaving you. I'll see you tomorrow, and I am going to be talking about exercise tomorrow. And I don't mean going to the gym and busting a gut. I mean the exercise that works when you've got adrenal fatigue, when you're close to being a diabetic, when you're gaining weight and you don't feel like exercise. I'm going to be telling you all the secrets. All right, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.